Invocation to the Lord. Dear Lord, allow my spirit to rise to your heights, to drink from the true fountains of wisdom, and absorb your powerful vibrations of love and faith, of purification and spiritual and material strength, of spiritual power, peace, understanding, health, prosperity, and harmony to pour over my brothers and sisters. Lesson 20. Preparation for spiritual work. Purification and harmonization of the mind, soul, and physical body. At different moments, humankind has received revelations that allowed it to become aware of some aspects of the reality of life. And now, humankind will receive a new revelation, which will encompass everything that has been revealed and will explain it clearly. In the past, certain aspects of the revealed truth had to be veiled due to the incapacity of humankind to use that knowledge only for the common good. Now, as humankind becomes ready to receive them, many secrets will be revealed, which will also be gathered by future generations. Some of those secrets will be unveiled simply in this work of Christ. Knowing now that you belong to the mission of Christ, it might surprise you that, being surrounded by such powerful forces, you have often suffered harm and losses in your life. Spiritual laws cannot be interfered with, and all beings whom God created free have freedom of action. The forces of evil know perfectly well that the mission that Christ has formed will expel them from the planet. They also know that you incarnated with the purpose of channeling the higher vibrations in this world that will expel evil from the earth. For this reason, at this moment when your spirit, being incarnated, has almost lost the notion of its own capacity and power of action, evil has tried and will try to divert you from your path. It aims to stand in the way of the missionary action that you must follow, placing as many obstacles as possible in all aspects: material, physical, moral, and mental. The freedom of beings cannot be interfered with, and it was not possible to prevent evil from trying to carry out its destructive work. But the higher vibrations have intervened, infusing their vibrations at every opportunity, and evil never achieved the result it intended. That is why so many of you have gone through periods of intense material and moral danger, illnesses, accidents, circumstances in which it seemed inevitable that you would be physically destroyed. But the higher protection prevented evil from achieving the sought-after result of destroying you or diverting you in a way that would prevent you from reaching the work in due time. That is why you have experienced intensely difficult periods in your lives, both physically and morally. When an evolved spirit incarnates, its pure and powerful vibrations prevent evil from directly influencing it. However, evil seeks other paths, such as the path of pleasures and material comforts, material elevation, and through matter, it reaches the sensory and emotional aspect, that is, the soul. Gradually, it infiltrates negative vibrations into the being, which affect physical sensations and human emotions, resulting in human desires for elevation, physical love, ambition, preponderance, power, and also fostering envy, hatred, and resentment. Thus, when the human soul is dominated by negative vibrations, it establishes disharmony with the subtle vibrations of its spirit and gradually weakens the forces of action of the spirit. This happens because the human mind, pressured by the human soul, influences those pleasures, desires, and ambitions, not allowing the higher mind to exercise the hierarchical action that behooves to the person as a whole. Before approaching the spiritual path, you have gone through intense moral struggles. The higher beings, who love and protect you, have tried to emphasize in your consciousness the precise meaning of good and evil, which is the basis on which you must act and decide. Many temptations have come into your life, many desires and thoughts that, due to higher assistance, have not materialized. For this reason, when making contact with the higher planes, you must purify your soul and mind from the negative vibrations you have received. Strengthen them with positive vibrations of love and faith, so that your physical, moral, mental vibration harmonizes with the vibrations of the higher planes that you must channel. Also, from the higher planes, we work on you, helping you to achieve that essential harmonization. Upon receiving the forces of initiation, you become vibrationally connected to the higher planes through the subtlest channels, which strengthen gradually. Through these channels, you are receiving the forces that your incarnated spirit needs, and that prepare it to carry out the task that corresponds to it in your world. However, evil continues to work to divert you, and therefore it is necessary for you to know the means and ways that evil employs to try to achieve this. Evil knows your intimate reactions, sensations, and thoughts, and it knows where to focus to make you falter and hesitate. Every time you intimately feel desires or have thoughts that your consciousness condemns or does not approve of, be assured that these are the negative forces that are trying to separate you from the path you must follow. That does not mean that you have strayed, but rather that evil is trying to interfere with your spiritual path. Everyone has the necessary spiritual forces for the achievements assigned to them, and the union of your spiritual forces from a collective force that attracts tremendously powerful vibrations from the higher planes. These vibrations will enable you to carry out acts of great projection for the common good. Your own selves absorb those vibrations in each one of the meetings in which you unite your spiritual forces and collectively elevate your thoughts, receiving powerful forces which strengthen your own incarnated spirit. When you work together, your spirits merge into one incredibly powerful spirit. This unified spirit can attract vibrations and receive vibrations from much higher planes, from planes whose vibrations can only reach Earth through spirits of great strength and power. United, you form a spirit of intense attractive force, and upon receiving the higher vibrations, each one individually receives them as well as your spirit absorbs them. Hence the need for you to come together, the need for you to lovingly unite your efforts for the benefit of others. By uniting your spirits, efforts, and invocation for the good of others, you are forming the most powerful spirit upon which intense and powerful vibrations are projected from the higher planes.